What's going on? What's going on? What's going on? You know what time it is. You're in the place to be. It's the Birdcage. We got you covered for the Falcons and Jets this week, but we're going to talk a little bit about what happened in New Orleans too as well. Y'all sit back, relax. We got you covered. Let's go. Okay,
y'all, this is it.
What's going on? What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome to the Birdcage tonight before the great feast that everybody's going to have tomorrow. This is your boy, the historian. We're getting ready to get to it. But first off, just want to say thank you guys for coming in and tapping in with us before your holidays. We're getting ready to talk a little bit about the Falcons and the Jets. But before we get to that, we also want to give a special shout out today. Of course, you see I'm rocking this Southern University shirt. You know how I do it. Hey, Marshall Faulk, congratulations on becoming the new head coach at Southern University. Hopefully your endeavors will be successful, and we got to get back on the winning track. And we got to whoop Grambling this week. So that's the other reason I'm rocking this. The hell with Grambling and the hell with Georgia Tech. Shout out to them Bulldogs too. But thank you for tuning in. Man, there's a lot of things that we got to talk about. Kirk Cousins at this point has been a bit rebellious. When we sit back and talk about it, we spoke on it Sunday after the win with against the Saints. Kirk Cousins has been a guy that has called his own plays since he's been here. The man was raised in the system. The man literally has played in no other types of offense except in college. This offense that we're running right now, he's been running this since he was at Washington. So that tells you how far back that he goes. He's been in the league for a long time. Been with 3 teams, same system. No need. Yeah, you're going to listen to the coach, but let's be honest. At this point, he hasn't listened to him at all. So I'm looking at it from this standpoint of Kirk is a guy that the troops did rally around on Sunday, and you saw how they played. There was no ifs, ands, or buts about it. These guys, what's going on, Nando? These guys busted their humps, and they got this win against a bad New Orleans team. It's just what it is. Now, you get to go up against a team that doesn't have a good record, but they're a hell of a lot tougher than what they look. The New York Jets is definitely a team that you cannot sleep on. And at this point, you pretty much got to treat every game now till the end of the season like a playoff run. You're not mathematically eliminated, but you still are on life support at this point. It's still very slim that you get into the situation of the playoffs, but it's still not impossible. We've seen stranger things happen. So we got to make sure that we're taking care of our business and putting ourselves in a position to get to the playoffs. But right now, honestly, we're just really, how can I put it, ladies and gentlemen? Right now, we're really still trying to find our way in spite of the negligence that we're having from the head coach that is like a used car salesman. At this point, all you can do is laugh. Raheem Morris now has back and forth and saying that Penix wasn't comfortable in the center. I'm just going to be honest. You weren't running it. It is what it is. But Kirk, on the other hand, how can I put it with Mr. Cousins? Kirk is really out here getting it in. A lot of people don't like him because of how he is with the media. I get it, but you endear yourself to this fan base when you beat the Saints. You still a lot of people saying F you, Kirk, because of what you did. But at this point, all you can do is just laugh and just make sure that you have everything on point when it comes to that. So when you look at it, it's one of those things that you just have to say, well, the defense hasn't been a problem all year. It's been the offense and the consistency and the flows that we've had and the ebbs and flows with that. But outside of that, man, still waiting on some folks to come through. But we're going to go ahead and get these topics started right now with the Falcons and the Jets and whatnot. Well, actually, I'm sorry. We're going to talk a little bit about our team right now. A lot of people are pissed off about the Young Bucks getting us trading away our first round pick for James Pierce Jr. I'm going to be honest with you. The young guys are paying dividends at this point. You do realize that James Pierce Jr. and Jalen Walker are really first round studs. Let's just keep this a band. When you look at what we have right now and you talk about this team, you have first round studs, Jalen Walker, James Pierce Jr. Jalen leads all rookies in sacks this year with 5. We still have 6 games left. You still have a chance to break Mike Pitts' old record. And that right there, that record's been around for a long time. And it would be nice for a Bulldog to do a little something, especially pushing the Alabama Crimson Tide play out the side. I got to throw my shots, but it is what it is, though. Jalen Walker has, even though he's been banged up this year, he's been very reliable when he's been in the game, banking a lot of heads-up plays when you look at veterans in that sense. Now, the other person that you got to talk about at this point is James Pierce Jr. He has one of the high percentage rate of pass rush with rookies right now. The 2 first rounders right now are paying off dividends. We didn't have a pass rush, and now you have 2 guys that bring a lot to the table. And if you look at the veterans that's on this team, they're bringing more to the table at this point. You're seeing that Arnold Ebiketie starting to step his game up. You're seeing that even though Leonard Floyd is at the end of his career, he's still finding ways to produce. So looking at this, there's a lot of ways that you can take this. You can either take it in a positive way, that we're balling with the young guys that we have. Yeah, unfortunately, the Rams have the first pick. Us playing bad has helped them get higher, and right now they hot as a firecracker right now. With Matthew Stafford, let's just be honest. Matt Stafford is going to be the MVP of this league this year, period. Unless he gets hurt or unless he just stinks up the joint for the rest of the season. He's got that MVP on lock. I don't care what anybody says. The numbers don't lie. The man is a machine and has been unstoppable. But we're going to test that theory when we get to play the Rams this year and get to play the Seahawks to also see what that NFC West is about. We already took a loss to Frisco. It would behoove us to win those 2 games because, honestly, the Seahawks and the Rams are playing good ball right now. I see a lot of things that come with this, but the other guy that we got to mention is Xavier Watts. Xavier Watts leads all rookies in interceptions this year so far. So, and unfortunately, Billy Bowman's gone with an Achilles injury for the season. However, when you sit back and you think about it, you have 4 studs that you literally drafted in those 4 picks from last year. Bowman's going to get healthy. He's going to be back. We just hope that he comes back with a vengeance coming off that Achilles tear. And then you have Walker, then you have JPJ, and then you got Watts. You have a core that you have put together with this defense. AJ is the old man now. Now you have to get a number 2 corner. And I think Kobe Bryant can be that guy that was brought in as an undrafted free agent, because if you notice when he's in the game, big things happen. So when you look at the big things that take place with Kobe Bryant and this secondary, it's good. D. Alford's been doing his thing. Got to give him his credit. I'm still a little wayward on that because he's up and down. Mike Hughes had a solid game, but let's see what's going to happen this week when we play against the Jets. You're going up against a Tyrod Taylor. You're going up against a Breece Hall this week. Let's see what our front 7 can generate and garner, because the Jets record is not good, but if you actually pay attention to them, they have good players on their football team. Even though they had a fire sale a couple of weeks ago, which I was hoping we'd have got one, but it's okay. We didn't get that one, which I wanted Quentin Williams. We didn't go after him. It is what it is. But you have to give the Jets their credit. They've been in damn near every game this season and gave everybody a fight. So this is not going to be a regular game where you're going to have a fight, where you're not going to have a fight. You're going to have a fight in your hands this week. So looking at it, I see the Jets being one of those teams that is dangerous, but it's a winnable game, and it'll definitely help out. So how can I put it? The next thing I want to talk about outside of the studs, man, because we could go on about these guys for days. You have a crucial injury at this point in the division with Baker Mayfield. Unfortunately, with this injury, Tampa's playoff hopes are hinged on this. Right now, they're still at the top of the division, but it's still a long way. We still have time to make up ground, and it's really, to me, I feel like this. We win the rest of our division games, let the chips fall where they may, because it's going to be a mess all the way around. And at this point, you have to hope for some things to happen where they're going to lose to other teams that you've beaten, or you got to beat the teams that they did not beat. So we have to continue to keep that faith. Right now, it's still dim in a lot of ways. It's still dim in a lot of ways, but there's still a lot of hope, and there's still a lot of things that you can look at and take from this and say, you know what? The Falcons still are a team that can possibly bring something to the table. They can actually bring something to the table. And at this point, Baker Mayfield being hurt is something that is very, how can I put it? It's different. Because Baker Mayfield is one of the toughest guys out on the football field, period. And if I had to, what's going on, Uncle Louis? Shout out to Louis Algier, Tyler Algier's uncle, Uncle Louis. But getting back to Baker Mayfield, you got to give it to him. Yes, he's up and down. Yes, he can be inconsistent at times, but Baker is a winner. That is one thing that he learned. He grew up when he pretty much grew up after he left the Rams and after he left the Panthers. You got to remember, he started off, he was the man in Cleveland, and then it was just a lot of things that transpired from the front office to everything else, and he had a chance at Tampa, and they gave him a chance at the end of his rope, and he's literally become one of the best quarterbacks in the league. Can't hate on him. The man has won division so far. So what can you do but tip your cap to him? But now that he's going to be sitting on the sideline, this is the time where Atlanta needs to make a move. We have to continue to keep winning. Those losses to the Carolina Panthers were very detrimental to us, but it doesn't kill us yet, because if we'd have gone 0-3 in divisional play, that would have killed everything. We only have 3 losses in the division, but that 4th loss would have killed us. All we have to do now is win 3 and be 500 in the division. Not saying we're going to win the division, but we still have a chance to do something and hope for everybody to fall. Think about it. Philly lost to Dallas the other night. 21-point lead. They blew it. They had a chance to put them away, and they didn't. That's why you play all 4 quarters. And everything is not complete yet until they tell you you're mathematically eliminated. So I'm looking at it from a standpoint of, okay, it's still bleak here. It's still a lot of work to be done. It's still a lot of help that needs to happen for us to even be in a position to even have a wild card spot, but it's still doable. So looking at it, Baker Mayfield being hurt at this point really is one of the toughest things for that franchise right now, because they have a lead in the division, but I'm not going to say a stranglehold because Carolina's right on their heels. And for us, if we actually beat Tampa, that helps us out. We got to beat them, and we got to beat New Orleans again. Now, the other thing I'll say is this. There's a lot of mess and confusion in the NFL, period. And without all the mess and confusion, we got Mr. Graybeard in the building. What up, Gray?
going on, man? Coming from my tardy some technical difficulty on my end. But
Ain't
what's
nobody
going
worried
on?
about it. Ain't nobody worried about your technical difficulties. We
I
already
know.
know what's up.
I know.
Yeah, we good.
I know.
And we also got K Dub in the building. What's up, man? Your mic is on mute, family.
Yeah, it is.
But while he's getting everything squared away, we're sitting here talking about Baker Mayfield right now, and just a slim hope for the Falcons right now with him being hurt. Period. Now, Carolina pretty much swept us. So if it's anybody that's going to win the division, it's going to be them. But we still have a chance to backdoor and get into a wild card if we went out under Kirk. But I think that's still a long road to hoe. And I think that's going to be something that
if we can even possibly do that.
What up, Carlos? What up,
Carlos,
Rich?
Rich, what it is, family? Carlos, what it is, homie? I just don't know, man. Cause I can't trust the team right now.
Well, here's the question I got for you. You watch Kirk Cousins on Sunday be defiant, and that's getting ready to be this next topic, because we were talking about the slim hope that transitions into the next topic that I have for everybody. Rebellious. Kirk Cousins gave a slim glimmer of hope for a salvage season at this point.
Right.
Think about it. A lot of the fans don't care too much for him.
No.
Period. A lot of the fans don't care too much for him. And here's the problem with that whole situation. Yeah, he's a bit of a jerk at times. Yeah, he still has certain things that he has to work on or whatever, but he's going to be who he is because he's an older cat. But let's be honest. You saw that offense play for him last Sunday.
Oh, absolutely.
And that is a difference when you have a guy that is a little bit rebellious. And, you know, like I said, I'm never going to be the biggest Kirk fan at all. But I'm kind of understanding some of the shenanigans that he's doing now. It sucks to hear him troll and do stuff, but let's be honest. What if your boss screwed you over royally behind closed doors? I'm not making no excuse, because he's still in hot water for some of the stuff he's done, but I'm starting to look at it from, you got to look at it from all points of view. He gave a slim glimmer of hope. And let's be honest, bro. You see Kirk and you don't like him right now because of the stuff he's done. But when you look at the head coach and the offensive coordinator, doesn't that make you think that it might be a problem that's not on him at this point?
Absolutely. I mean, it goes all the way back to, like you said, last week, how the diagnosis of injury, not just only to him, but from Bijan, from freaking Cool. I mean, it's been a lot that's been going on with the coaching staff and whatnot. So I do understand where Kirk is coming from, but at the end of the day, you still gotta like chill. But on the caveat to that, man, look at the production he does on the field now, especially from the last game. Even though we all know they ain't the trash, they're trash this year. I'm talking about straight up booty. But at the same time, the offense. Think about the fluid this offense look if we played Buffalo.
Well, let's be honest. At this point, you have to call a spade a spade. Both quarterbacks got hurt.
Right.
Hurt got hurt last year. Now Penix is hurt.
Yeah.
But the one thing that you're paying attention to is Penix got hurt earlier in the year.
Yeah.
Hurt got hurt later in the year, and then he ended up trying to play through it, and it didn't fare well with this team.
But it wasn't a key engine injury. Neither Kirk didn't.
No, it wasn't. And the problem was they could have sat him.
Exactly.
So what's up, K-Dub? I see you getting everything situated down there. You good?
Yeah, I'm good. I was waiting for the panel to come my way. I came in on the latter end of the topic. I'm guessing we're talking about Kirk Cousins' thoughts on maybe the what's the topic now? Fill me in.
So pretty much we were saying about the situation of him being rebellious at this point when it comes to Zach Robinson.
Okay.
That's pretty much what we're talking about. And I'm not making no excuse for him at all, because he still is in hot water with majority of his fan base because of the antics that happen. But the more and more I think about it now, and it's not even emotional. You know, and I said it last year, but I said maybe we'll see when it opens up. You're starting to see that it wasn't just Kurt, it wasn't just foolishness. Raheem has thrown guys under the bus multiple times.
Ray McLeod. I
Yeah,
feel you.
I feel you. A lot of people been throwing everybody under the bus, man. I mean, he threw them under the bus. They threw him under the bus. Everybody throwing everybody under the bus. Penix threw the coach under the bus. I'm like, so there's a lot of throwing under the bus going on over there in the organization. I wish they would clean it up. I feel what you're saying. I mean, I kind of feel both sides. Kirk Cousins, like I said, you know, him in the relationship, Robinson, I believe is like a tender subject, because they're really. I'm not sure of the exact age, but they can't be too far apart from an age. So it's like, man, I know what I'm doing. Get out my way, dog. I understand that you're the offensive coordinator, but you're doing a piss poor job at your job, and you know this. See, Penix doesn't have that leeway, being a young guy, to even say that. Kirk Cousins has that cachet to been in the league and actually played it at a high level. I said Zach Robinson at Oklahoma State, but he didn't do anything. Man, get out of here. So that's the Kirk looks at it. You know, he may be parlay himself into a coaching job in the NFL, but I'm sure that deep down, Kirk Cousins don't respect Zach Robinson at all. That's why he has the antics he has on the sideline with him, because he's basically sunning him. You know what I'm saying? Hey man, I got this. Watch out. This is what we need to run, and this is what I'm running. And he's like, all right, then, man, go ahead, and do what you're gonna do then. So that's what I see going on. If it's gonna take that for us to get back to the playoffs, then so be it. All the injuries I said that may happen later in the season, this week-to-week league has happened. I didn't foresee our quarterback going down, but he did. But the things that I said will open up for this team has opened up. I mean, Baker Mayfield kept taking all those hits, and what he's doing, he's out with a shoulder strain. So things that I said early in the season that would happen, it's a week-to-week league, has happened. Guys will be on a nice run, and then they can just go on a nice run of losses. So things will pray that Kirk Cousins has the faith in the organization, since we did him the way that we've done him, to actually get us to the playoffs. So other than that, that's what I feel like their relationship is, him and Zach Robinson. It's like, hey man, get out my way type of relationship. I feel like I understand, and I truly that Kirk Cousins knows more football than Zach Robinson does. That's just my opinion, and I think that that's the opinion that that Kirk Cousins has. So that's why you see the relationship they have over there. He'll take his input and consider throughout the game, but he also is going to process it through his brain. He say, okay, am I going to run this, or am I not going to run this? So it is what it is, but that's what I feel about that particular topic.
And here's the thing, and we're going to go to another topic, but here's the other thing that I've been preaching all year, and I said something, and I'm upset at the front office because it is, and it was like this last year, and it's been going on. You can't expect anybody to win any ball games if you can't protect them. The O-line has been a horrible issue for us in the passing game since Matt Ryan was here on his last 4 years. Just to be honest, it hasn't been great in pass blocking. Now, when it comes to run blocking, we can run at will. That's pretty much like breathing. It's natural. But when it comes to pass blocking, we've struggled, even with some of the starters that we've had. So it has to come to a point to where we have to try. Instead of getting emotionally attached with certain guys, we're going to have to start filtering some of these guys out. Matthews is old reliable, but guess what? At this point, he's been starting to show signs of that age that's catching up with him at this point this year. Because if you look at it, it's a lot of stuff that's been coming on that left side. But then on the right side, it's a lot of stuff coming on the left side that's been coming in, but then on the right side, it's been holding up until injury started happening. So all I can say is at this point, building the depth has to be the biggest thing for this offseason, because right now, there's so many stories going on right now about Penix's injury with his knee. No one is sure when he's coming back. We're hearing 5-6 different things, and it's like I said, I'm just reading. It's like, look, you gotta wait. We gotta see, because again, he's getting ready to have surgery. We have to find out the detriment to that. But honestly, with the way that this team has been, I don't even think they would be honest about how bad that knee injury is, to be honest.
Agreed.
Because they haven't been honest about anything anyway. So that right there is a true issue with transparency with this fan base. I understand that y'all trying to keep stuff from the NFL, but when you don't report injuries, when you don't say certain things, because the biggest mismanagement was Darnell Mooney having that broken collarbone and they didn't say anything about it. That was one of the biggest fumbles this year. So again, it's gonna take a lot for this organization, especially the front office, to garner trust with this fan base again. Because right now, it's a lot of severed ties right now with people. People still pulling for the Falcons because this is their team, but you're also seeing the fact that folks are sick and tired of this team right now too. They still pull for them, but they tired of them.
Yeah, but the way
they've
been
we've been tired of them. I mean,
yeah, we've been tired of, but
we've been tired of them. We've been
worse.
But
it's worse.
It's something in our heart.
Yeah, but but this injury, the way they've been transparent with injury, they've been going all the way back due to Arthur Smith.
Thanks, Nando.
I'll go all the way back to Arthur Smith when he
Hey, Nando, for sure, man.
Oh, absolutely, Nando, man. You hit it with that one. But we've been having a problem just being transparent with injury from the coach previously with Arthur Smith, with Bijan, with the whole situation, him in Tampa.
Mm-hmm.
And now I don't carry it over to Raheem. It went with Coop.
Yeah.
Then it went with Kirk. So it's hard for us to even try to see if they're telling the truth or not, because we don't know. But to your point, and to close it out, the depth, we've been having a problem with depth in 2017.
2017 was the last time we had a competent O-line. Because remember, we lost to Philly in the playoffs, and we bullied them. We bullied them in their house. We just had a dummy and Steve Sarkisian that stopped running the ball with Tevin Coleman. And guess what? Nothing ever changes, because guess what he does at Texas? The same thing. When you got something going, he goes away from it. It's the same thing he doing at Texas. So again, the only thing that changes is your scenery. The stripes on the zebra don't change.
Yeah, because we haven't really had an offensive line, and now you look at it now.
Yeah,
offensive
I
line,
mean,
it's beyond banged up. Beyond banged up.
Horrible.
I mean, I'm all for it. Build the depth of this team. I mean, the Michael Penix injury. You know, everybody knows I'm the biggest Penix fan there is probably out there, or maybe some else got other people out there. But the key thing is he's hurt. He's on the shelf. The key thing is moving forward, build the depth. So when whoever gets back under center, if it's him or like I say, I want to go against a cheaper backup. I like Kirk Cousins, but I don't like him that much for that much money. So another guy, from another show. I don't want to act like I thought of this, but he brought up the name Gardner Minshew. I think that'll be a great asset to the team for a cheaper option. And he's been a starter in this league, but he's a great asset for a backup. And then he would also sign on the line as a backup, because you're coming in knowing you got Penix Jr. as the starter, you'll get to play. So I think that's enticing. That's a great thing that he brought up. And I can't think of the guy's name, but I wish I could give him kudos. But but that was a great name. But that's what I think, man. To continue to build the depth of this team that we don't have, and try to hit on this draft like we did on this last draft. Go back to the SEC and load up, and let's see how 26 goes from there. And we'll see back when Michael Penix gets back. Richie said he's back in rehab. I didn't know that. So he started rehab today. So he may be back week 5, week 6, week 7. Gardner Minshew can probably hold the rails, the rails on the train, and then whatever, we'll go and we'll make that decision if they want to move back to the starter, if they want to have Gardner Minshew or whoever
Yeah.
a veteran starter. I mean, a
if I
veteran
could,
backup that they may
if I could
sign.
get Jameis Winston,
I'm
I'm
gonna
trying
keep
to
it a
get.
buck. I'm gonna keep it a buck with you on this. If anything at this point, Gardner Minshew is a guy, like you said, he just it's just
I mean, he's a backup. He's a backup.
I'm saying for him, because I got family that's Jacksonville Jaguar fans that had him, and man, when I tell you the biggest relief for them was when they let him go. They all told me that. They said, picture you being constipated and everything just flow out. That was how they said the city felt. That was the best way to describe it.
I'm not.
Horrible.
That's
I just want to back up that. I want a quality veteran backup, though. I mean, that's just what I'm looking for. If we can get a Jameis Winston, what up? That's fine. But I think the Giants have seen light, and I don't think they're gonna let him slide. Huh?
I take Jameis Winston. I'm gonna be honest with you. A lot of people say that, but
I will take him too. I will take him.
Let's be honest. Jameis hasn't had any weapons around him. You get what I'm saying? Right. Since Tampa, and at that point, I wouldn't even say it was all on him because he didn't have a whole bunch. What's going on, Larry? Y'all check out the Dixon Way for Falcons. Pretty much all.
Have it, thank you.
So let me go ahead and get it out. I know everybody was speaking. So if you have not subscribed and tuned in to Larry Dixon, the Dixon Way, him and Miss Shonda, his wife, please check them out during Atlanta sports venues. If you can't get to the game, you can't see it on TV, they definitely provide great commentary. And on that note, we're going to pay some bills, man. We got a commercial break coming up, but we got a few things we're going to talk about. Let's get to it. Swooping in like the peregrine falcon, the Birdcage is going to take you on a journey. Tap in with us before every Falcons game. We have the pregame meal where fans can come in, talk about their likes, dislikes, and concerns for the upcoming game. Also, we have the halftime analysis that you check out. And then we have, for every fan afterwards, the party line and benediction post-game show. You know how we get down. You either get right or you get left. We'll catch it in. Ghost. Birdcage. Welcome back. At this point, we have a lot going on. We're going to get back to it, but it's something else that we got to talk about today. Veteran leadership, ladies and gentlemen. This is what we're going to talk about today. Yeah. When you look at the fact that the Falcons look totally different when you had Cousins and Diablo on the field, the main thing that you can say was the veteran leadership that they brought. You saw that they had infectious energy that went out to this team. These guys played hard. These guys didn't miss a beat. They literally looked like they did at the beginning of the season when they were starting to open up everybody's eyes and people were saying that we were a really good ball club. Yes, so maybe having those two guys come back into this lineup may be the placebo that we need to get our minds right and possibly go on a run. Now, I'm not saying it's going to be perfect, but hey, it's still a couple of games left. And you could possibly make some noise or whatnot, depending on how the rest of this goes. How do you guys feel when you saw Diablo back in the lineup and you saw how the defense was a lot different with him flying around and guys not having to cover the middle for Bertrand?
Well, for me,
man, I was ecstatic. Go ahead, Great B. I'm sorry.
I was just gonna say, in my personal opinion, it was much needed. Because the man literally played with one hand. The man had freaking Iron Man. I mean, he had Thor camera on the other guy trying to freaking catch balls with one hand and whatnot. That was inspiring alone. But just having Kirk being the veteran that he is on offense, and then having Diablo help out with Jackie Bake and all the other back on defense, it was just night and day. And you can tell by the communication. You can tell how everybody was moving to the ball. It was just it's just like they just flipped the switch all of a sudden. But I just think it's gonna be enough. And this is what I already preach about at the beginning of the offseason. Who's gonna be the leader, the veteran leader in our locker room? Who's gonna be that voice? When stuff is like that hit the
Well,
fan, you be like, fella, get it together. Who's gonna be that guy?
they've already said that Caden Ellis is that guy. That's who rallied the troops this week, coming into this game against the Saints. So I spoke about that a couple of episodes ago. So I had to tell on the donkey, and I said, Caden, listen, the guy's leading this band right now. This guy just went out and got another 5-6 sacks. So, hey, James Pierce coming to his own, man, coming to his superstar. So things happen, man. So having Diablo back makes everybody else be able to do their job instead of overcompensating and trying to help out Bertrand or help out all these Rudy Cooks we got in there. You got everybody can sit there and do their job. So Jesse Bates can do his job. AJ Terrell can do his job. Everybody can sit there and do what they supposed to do instead of worrying about Bertrand missing blocks, missing tackles, just missing everything, missing angles. So it was a breath of fresh air. I just kept saying, thank you, Lord. Thank you for Diablo back. I just kept saying that watching that game. So I appreciate him being back. I was ecstatic for him to be back. And you got to think the last time he won was when he was playing. So you need Diablo out there to win because we haven't got a win since he was out with his injury. You got to look at that. So he's the missing piece to that defense. Now that defense can back on lock and everybody can do their job and turn it back around. So it's all in the hold up for Kirk Cousins because it didn't hold up for Michael Penix. Can that offensive line hold up for Kirk Cousins now? That is the main question. And I believe he the most in out these receivers that we have out here because he has better rapport with a lot of different receivers over the year. But I just feel like can this offensive line protect him well enough that he can actually turn this record around and get us into the playoffs somehow, some way.
Here's the thing about the O-line. The offensive line, it's how can I put it?
Trash.
Kirk has a quicker release because he understands the offense and he's comfortable in that offense. As I said before, Penix has to get comfortable in the offense. He's playing in it, but you can see there are times where he still looked like a deer in the headlights. You got to be comfortable in that offense because it's all about rhythm and timing. And when you talk about the rhythm and timing, Kirk been in this league for 13 years, and this is the only offense he's really ever played in, from Washington to Minnesota.
That same line that was a lot healthier last year. Got him hurt.
Hold up, I'm still cooking. I was saying when it came to him, he's been in 3 different teams where you got the same system everywhere, and the offensive coordinators just backed off of him and let him run his own plays. Just to be honest, because he's had either offensive coordinators who, in his first situation, he had Shanahan, the dad. So it was the son. So you go from that to going to Minnesota and having another guy that was groomed under that, and then you come to Atlanta where you got a guy that comes out of the Sean McVay tree who was groomed under that but doesn't know what the hell he's doing. It makes it easier for us at this point to just be able to produce at this time. It makes it easier to produce. But until then, all I can say is this is how I felt. Y'all said y'all felt comfortable with what was going on. I pretty much felt like how Camp Lowe say.
This is it, what? Lucini falling from the sky, let's get rich, what? Bitchy keep us a sugar dance, can't quit, what?
That's how I felt. It literally felt like Lucini falling from the sky when we actually seen the team rolling. But
that Uptown Saturday night, man. I appreciate that. I
don't know. I just hope that we can keep it going because now we're going to New York, and this is not going to be an easy game. Even though they don't have a good record, they
play hard,
and they can pop you if you play around with them.
Even though they're making the 2 main peaking on defense, they still play hard.
The thing we gotta ask
what the historian.
Go ahead.
No, I was saying I was reading that Nando. I don't know if this Nando's, but he was saying familiarity. And I was saying I concur with historian saying that he's very much a veteran in this offense. I'm just still saying that I just pray that this offensive line holds up because they've been in and out. A lot of people been in and out. Bergeron, And Wilkerson been giving up a lot. So we'll see. I mean, I said at the beginning of the season we would win this division, win. So let's see what we can do.
But here's the main thing that nobody else is ever talking about either. Now, we've been keeping quiet about this, but guess what? We just signed KJ Osborne, who literally was playing with Kirk before Kirk tore his Achilles when he was balling up in Minnesota. That was one of his main receivers. So you're bringing a guy in here that already knows the system, that already is, only thing he's probably learning is the terminology. But he and Kirk have played together already. And then not just that, you got a backup in Kyle Trask, who actually is a very good quarterback that never really got an opportunity to play. And think about it. That man helped Kyle Pitts get to the league. A lot of Falcon fans don't really know about him unless you're a college football fan. That man literally got that boy a Mackey Award and actually put Florida in their last SEC championship game in 2020. And unfortunately, we took a loss to him. But he's one of them quarterbacks that can come in and light it up if you give him an opportunity. So thank God we got a capable backup, because he did well in Tampa Bay, but they just covered. So
when Baker got there, it was a wrap.
Yeah, because he was supposed to be the next in line after Brady.
Yeah, I know about Kyle Trask. I mean, unless our viewers don't, if they don't, not a big SEC watchers or anything like that.
Yeah, some of the viewers don't know who he is.
But I mean, that's what I'm saying. I mean, that's what I'm saying. Some of our viewers may not know they're not SEC followers, so that's what good information to get put out. But him and his may end up having some kind of relationship again or something. I don't know. I don't know. Maybe a flashback.
Yeah, he might be the one. He might be the one person that might actually unlock Kyle Pitts. Real talk.
I'm with you on that.
I mean, I'm just saying they had an outstanding connection in college.
Maybe we
might be like, oh my boy. I don't know. So I mean, they had a very good connection in college. It was very good. And a lot of these quarterbacks that they bring into the NFL, they bring their college receiver with them. So I mean, it may pan out if something happens. Will Kirk get dinged and he has to come in, and then you may get to see some kind of that magic, and we'll see what happens.
Now, here's the one thing that we got to talk about coming into this game. The one thing you can say about the New York Jets, they can run the football. That is something that we're going to have to be able to stop and not let Breece Hall get going. Breece is one of the toughest running backs in the league. And I wanted him out of Iowa State because remember him, because you remember during the draft, I was one that called for him. I said, we need to get Breece Hall because we needed a back, but we didn't take him. And Brock Purdy was in that draft too with him. So when you look at the talent that they had there, they had talent at Iowa State, and he was the bell cow over there. But now, when you see him in the league, he's just in an unfortunate situation with the Jets, because if you put him in our offense or anybody else, he'd be doing the same thing Bijan's doing, Gibbs is doing, because he's in that type of class as a running back and doing it on a bad team.
Jonathan Taylor.
Exactly. So when you look at the type of back that we're going to have to go after, this dude here is an all-around back, just like how Bijan is. An all-around guy who can make something happen.
He's good at catching out the backfield too.
I feel better about. Oh, go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, I was just gonna say, and then you got to remember they just traded Sauce Gardner for AD Mitchell in that offense. AD is still adapting to that offense right now.
And
so
Arian Smith too.
Well, Arian really hasn't been getting on the field. He's been on special teams like he was at Georgia, but as a receiver. Yeah, he been a little shaky.
Hey,
go ahead,
Now I was gonna say, damn, I lost my train of thought. Go ahead. I may come back in. Go ahead.
I was saying,
my bad.
No. All I was gonna say was when you look at what they have, they got a team full of good football players. Now they had a fire sale a couple of weeks ago, and I wanted Quentin Williams, but you see, he paying dividends in Dallas. All we, truthfully, and this is just honest, fellas. All we need is a consistent 300-pound in the middle. If we would have even attempted to bring Quentin Williams in with what we already have on defense, bruh, the pass rush and it literally would be a serious problem. It's already good now because Jalen Walker leads all rookies with 5 sacks, and he's in the runnings for the rookie defensive player of the year, just like Pierce, as you alluded to earlier. Pierce has the highest pass rush percentage right now for the rookies.
I guarantee you they're gonna want they're gonna want one of our rookies.
On the last game, it's like I've been in the other game, but it's like that last this game against New Orleans, like he unlocked or something. So he just looked like a different player. I think he didn't found his groove. We're gonna see, man. I think he goes out and have another couple of sacks this week against Justin Fields. Yeah.
Well, no, they benched Fields. They got Tyrod Taylor out there now. They benched him.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
No, you good. Hey, no, listen. Listen. You're good because guess what? For some reason, Fields might be bad against everybody else, but he always play good against Atlanta. Pay attention to that. That's a problem.
Okay. I got you.
Yeah.
That's why I said, look, I'm okay with him being on the bench because he always light us up.
The last time we played him, we got cooked.
He had over 200 yards against us in the air. I don't even want to talk about that. But you got Tyrod.
I got my train of thought back. I'm sorry. I wanted to chime in. I was saying that our run defense, I feel better about our run defense now versus the last past few weeks because we got Diablo back. We do a better job of stopping the run. He's in there. So I feel better about this. He was so we'll see how we do against Call. But go ahead. I just wanted to get that thought back out.
Nah, there's no problem. When you look at what we have right now, and you talk about how everything is with this defense, Pierce is still figuring it out. But I really wonder how folks are because we had to hear all this BS from other Falcon fans. Oh, we gave up a first-round pick. All scared and just shaking. You know what? This is dedicated to y'all that was mad about drafting James Pierce and giving up that first-round pick. This is dedicated to y'all. Here you go.
Boy, you're shaking like a stripper. Tighten up.
You're shaking like a stripper. Tighten up. Big boy said it for you. That's how you looking right now. Shake you.
ATL.
Tighten up. We needed a pass rush. We got one. Tighten up. We had to make the move.
Guess what? If you watch college football, and we do, there got a James Pierce Jr. in this coming out. I just want to let you know that. So we got that. We struck at gold right now.
Because guess who was going to try to draft him? Here's the thing. Philly was going to try to draft him because guess who they just let go? Remember, they let Sweat go.
Yeah.
And Jahad Campbell hadn't really done much for them. So he was going to be an Eagle. They was already, if we wouldn't have traded up, they were going to get him.
Yeah. But what I don't know Texas guys that are talented, but you're gonna say this guy from Texas A&M is gonna be better than a James Pierce Jr. That's what I'm trying to say. But for my eye test, there's nobody in the draft better than Jalen or Pierce Jr. So that's just my opinion.
Texas A&M got a few guys, bro. I ain't gonna hold you.
It's a few guys in the. It's a few rookies in the league.
They got a chance. They got a chance. No, go ahead. Go ahead.
No, I was just saying it's still a few. Like, look, I like my guys, but I ain't gonna shortchange them because it's still a few rookies in the league that's doing what they doing too. But the only thing is that last game or whatnot kind of put them in another, not in the stratosphere, but gave them a little bit of a nudge or whatnot. Because right now, Jalen Walker, and I said this at the beginning of the show, is literally in a position where he can actually break the Falcons' rookie sack record that was held by Mike Pitts back in the day. And wouldn't it just be amazing for a Georgia Bulldog to kind of push the Alabama Crimson Tide guy out the way? That would just be Christmas all over. Because guess what? We still got 6 games left, fellas, and he only 2 sacks away. I think he's gonna do it too.
Oh yeah, I think
yeah, he's gonna do it. He's gonna break it. He's gonna break it. Then we to the well. Once he breaks that record, we need to go back to the well in the draft and move on. Cal, and go ahead and go get Oscar Delp. That's what I think we need to do.
Yeah, I'll take that.
It's either you go get Oscar Delp or you go get that boy Kisselman out of Tennessee. Yeah, that is another one that you look at, and then it's a kid.
Either one.
That's a kid from Bama, I'll take.
And here's the thing: it's a kid from Iowa, and my thing is this: I'm never gonna turn down nothing out of Iowa. That's tight. Let's just be honest. That's tight end you for real. That's all they produce. That's all they produce. And
George McGriddle Kittle.
George Kittle. What's old boy's name that used to play for the Colts back in the day with Peyton Manning?
You talking about Dallas Clark?
Dallas Clark. I mean, the list goes on. They got a ton of boys that came out of that school at tight end. We right up there too. But man, let's call it for what it is. Look. Oh, look what we got here. We got a bumblebee in the chat. I see you down there. We got pest control for you. We gonna have pest control for you on Friday, sir. But get back, shout out to my man down there. You know, he always supporting us and whatnot. Our boy, that's Nando's nephew right there. But getting back to it, man. All I can say is what I see right now with this team. We still got a lot of things we need to do defensively, and I said just put Kobe Bryant at the number 2 at this point. That's what you need to do because you saw the raw ability, and the kid can make plays. Might not be the prettiest, but he get the jobs done. And at this point, when are we gonna start playing this man?
He might earn the strike.
I think he needs to be a part of the rotation. But I do still feel like we need to address the cornerback position in this draft if we possibly can. But I do like Kobe Bryant though.
There's a lot of things.
You can't never have enough cornerbacks.
But here's the thing, fellas. If we don't, and here's my thing. Do you think D. Alford has done enough to keep his job at nickel, or do you think you put Kobe at number 2 and you draft the nickel corner? Do you think that would be a bad move?
Go draft the nickel corner.
I want to bring some new faces like we brought in. I know he got hurt, but you bring all those new faces in X-Men. I like what we're trying to do.
He gonna want some money.
And
he gonna want some money.
Yeah. He's gonna want money, but who's gonna pay it?
Exactly.
Yeah. So I mean, I feel like, hey, look, let's go back to the well again. We had an outstanding draft, I feel, with these guys. So let's see if we can hit on that same thing, take the same momentum, the same way that you guys came together and did your homework. Do that same method. Whatever you guys did, I don't know the ins and outs. You know what you guys did behind the scenes. It worked. Whatever you guys did, go back and build.
Here's a guy that I want to throw in here. Fellas, this is a guy I want to throw up in here. Jamal McCoy out of Tennessee. Shut down corner. Big, rangy. Got hurt earlier this year, but when you look at the footage, tall guy, can run, can hit. He does it all. Yeah. If you want a number 2 corner, go get Jamal McCoy. That's all I'm saying. Go get your Jamal McCoy.
Yeah, I'm getting
that rotation. But leave it up to these Falcon fans. We need to draft AJ Terrell's brother. Hell no. I know y'all gonna get mad at me when I say it. I'm the bad guy up in here. I'm like, listen, right now I don't mind being the bad guy because guess what? It's what's needed at this point. Because they have been delusional all year about a lot of stuff. But you know what? We got to treat it like Uncle George say.
I gets the booty around here. I gets the draws. I gets the booty. I gets the train.
That's how you got to treat it. Because at this point, y'all want to bring in somebody, brother, who's a solid player. But when you look at Jamal McCoy is a baller. And I don't speak on that like that. That's just me. And I don't really get heavy into that. But Jamal McCoy is the guy that I'm looking at. Another guy that I would look at would be Mansour Delane out of LSU. 6'1", 188 pounds, can put on about 10 pounds and possibly be 198, 200 pounds. McCoy is only 7 pounds away from 200.
Is he a junior?
Nah, the McCoy is a senior.
No, I'm talking about from LSU.
I think he's a junior. Yeah, he's coming out. But think about this. McCoy is 6 feet tall. So he's pretty much perfect height, and he'll probably end up putting on 7 pounds. 6 feet tall, 200 pounds. He can play on the outside, and he can also play on the inside too. So again, you can rotate him and Kobe. That's how I look at it at that point. But it's just so many intricate things that you can do. But hey, let's go ahead and get to this next part of the show where we're going to talk a little bit about we already talked about the game plan. We already talked about the veterans presence. and we still have to get to our X factors coming up this game. So let's go ahead and get to it. X factors. Welcome back. And all I can say is at this point, it's a beautiful thing when we can get to this part of the show when we talk about the X factors. So the X factors for this week are we're gonna go offense, defense, and an honorable mention. We're gonna do a little something different this week. So I'll go ahead and say this here. I'm gonna go first on this. I want Jalen Walker this week. Taking him. Gotta take him. Gotta take Jalen this week.
Jalen.
And the reason I'm taking him is because of the fact that the Jets are up and down, but I think he's going to be able to contain Tyrod Taylor if he gets to the outside. Tyrod is still a capable quarterback of moving his feet when he needs to. So I'm with that one. I got Jalen Walker on defense. Offensively, I gotta go with. I'm gonna surprise you. I'm gonna go with Charlie Warner because Charlie Warner showed last week in that New Orleans game that he's not just a blocking tight end. We already knew he wasn't just a blocking tight end.
Yeah. He took it back to them Georgia days.
Thank you. And Atlanta is starting to figure out that y'all actually have a real tight end, but he's not wearing number 8. He's wearing 89. Y'all need to go ahead and feature this man a hell of a lot more in this system and start giving him the ball because he's dangerous and he does not have feet for hands, ladies and gentlemen. Now, my honorable mention for this week, I got to say Zane Gonzalez because, fellas, I'm gonna let y'all in on a little secret. I'm going to be at the game on Sunday. So I get to be in the elements with him so I can watch it right on the field. So I'm going to see if he can kick in the win.
You
have
all right.
Who you got?
Okay. You took my honorable mention, but I got to come up with some on the fly. All right. For my offensive X-Man this week, we're going with the overall number
You're in the portal. Say it again, bro, because your mic was going in and out. Try it again.
I said my X factor for an offense will be Bijan Robinson, and my defensive X factor will be Divine Diablo, and my honorable mention will be David Seals. I don't know, maybe this connection with him and Kirk Cousins will get something going there. I don't know.
It's a good one. Great bit.
Other than that,
my X factor on offense is going to be the wide receiver core, because we still don't know if Drake London going to play, who is now considered to be doubtful. So I'm gonna need that entire wide receiver core, whoever they may be. Step up. On defense, I'm gonna go with somebody on that defensive line. Brandon Dorley, come on down. I need you. I need your brother. I need your brother. You've been playing in college.
Good one. I like Dorley.
Especially when Dak Harris been on now IR. I need him to really step up with a row to clog up that middle. And my honorable mention, Steve Agnew. Can you duplicate a little bit of that magic from New Orleans, and can you do it up there in New Jersey on punt return and kickoff return coverage? Can you get me to the 30 and the 40?
Man, please. I don't trust that joker returning kicks. That boy there about as bright as a box of rocks, man. Come on. You've seen him. He's not good. He's aggressive when he doesn't need to be. And then he's passive when he needs to be aggressive. And it's cost us field position.
No,
What's
the
going on?
last one wasn't his
No,
fault. That was
no,
on
Fields isn't
Felipe.
playing
That was
this
on,
week.
yeah,
Yeah,
that was
Fields
on,
is on the bench.
that was number 84, though. The man that still has a job for some obviously Mr. Felipe Frank. When
You
that
know what
holding
Felipe
call,
Frank's doing? You know what Felipe Frank's doing great bid? He just
kidnapping.
getting rich. He just getting rich to this. He collecting his paychecks. He peeling out sideways. Like Goodham say, just
Do 100 on that way. Thank God.
Hey.
get rich to this.
Way.
Hey, I had to throw a little something in there for you. Fair use, fair use, fair use. I know we gonna get clocked, but you look, it's Thanksgiving. We gonna be out here cooking all this food tonight and some tomorrow. But man, we got to cut up with you a little bit, man. But your boy is getting rich to this.
Yeah, I guess he took that play call from Matt Schaub, the captain of kidnapping of check.
Man, all I can say is at this point, all you can do is just laugh at this point, because this is one of these games that you just got to just get out here, handle your business, and make sure that you're not screwing it up.
The last time we played the game like this, it was the Raiders, and we won like 13-9.
But man, look, we not even gonna go there. We ain't look. We not even gonna go there. I'm just gonna sit back and just. I gotta let you have that one. But we ain't even gonna go there. I don't want to remember that game because we already know how that went. But anywho, lastly, we got to do our score predictions, fellas. Y'all can go first. I got you.
Well, I said, go ahead.
24-17.
In favor of who? You giving them boys 17 points? You know what? You know you my dog. I got to give you a George Wallace soundbite.
That's my boy. This sorry ass.
I had to take it back to 3 strikes for you one time. That's my boy. His sorry ass. What you got, K-Dub?
I'm gonna give 20-17 Jets. I said I'm going against, man. Just switching it up. Let's play it again.
Stop lying.
You ain't trying to switch up. Oh man. I got to go in this ball game. I got the Falcons winning this 30. I'm even gonna put it in the 30. You know what? I'm gonna put it in the 30s or whatever, because teams have been able to put double digits up on the Jets. I'm gonna say Falcons 35, Jets 21. I think we can win it by 2 touchdowns, and it's supposed to rain a little bit, so it favors us because we get to run the ball, and they don't have Quentin Williams no more in the middle of that defense. So it's supposed to rain, but not heavy. But it's gonna be the elements of a running game. Now, if it's not too bad out there, we might be able to throw the ball around. But I expect this to be a physical game where you see guys just running the football. That's what I got.
Does it feel like we might have to rely on the running game more than the passing game?
In this game, I would probably say yes because of the weather. That's why.
Tyler,
It's gonna rain. They say
Tyler,
it's a 63% chance, but it's not gonna be for long. It'll clear up. But the game is at 1:00, so it's just one of those things, man, where we'll see. But I got confidence in these Falcons that's gonna handle it. I'll probably end up doing the show on the road. So I'll be in the car like I do for Bumper to Bumper this week for the show. So we
Tyler
definitely. What's up?
eat. But okay, Tyler and Bijan should eat.
They should eat. But we got to see how our offensive line shows up. because
Right.
that is gonna be a problem.
Mhm.
Exactly.
Yeah. You know, which
Oh,
offensive line
Lord.
shows up? Do the one that for some of these games where we got a lot of big yards, or the one can't get no yards? Which line shows up?
Ron, I want to ask you this. That's Ron Thomas right there of the eye test and Ignorant Thinkers podcast. He got like about 8 or 9 different podcasts, like a Jamaican. That's our boy.
Yeah,
Ron, I need you to understand this, blood clot boy. What the hell are you doing as Zach Robinson as your X factor? That you should have just put Kirk Cousins down, because Zach Robinson couldn't coach himself out of a wet paper bag with a box cutter.
Damn.
Seriously.
Oh, this April Thomas. That's Ron.
That's Ron. That's
Yeah,
Ron.
April Thomas. Oh,
Yeah, that's Ron.
okay.
Another account. That's Ron.
All right.
Nah,
Yeah.
no, he messed me up one day because I thought it was a female that was gonna come in, and he popped up on the screen. It threw me off when I put the link out there. I said, "Damn!" And he was like, "Nah, that's the missus account, man." But nah, if you'd have said Kirk, I'd have been cool. But Zach Robinson,
No, look at the Madden computer.
boy, you bold. Zach Robinson is shaky as a stripper.
Boy, you shaking like a stripper. Tighten up.
That's how I feel about him. He got to tighten up.
Oh
But
man, gang.
yes, sir. It's grown man business. Hey, man. Well, listen here, folks. We definitely appreciate you guys for tapping in with us. And congratulations once again to my Southern University Jaguars. We landed Marshall Faulk today as the new Southern University head coach. We had to get the last man up out of here, Coach Graves, who I'm just going to say it. Coach Graves was worse than Raheem Morris, period. And that's the honest to God truth. When you got a kid that's on the sideline that can actually light the scoreboard up with his arm, that's a problem. You leave him on the side. I'm not even going to mention the kid's name because I know him and I don't want to put him out there. And he's an Atlanta kid. That's all I'll say. And he's a backup who should be starting. You got to question it. Coach Graves, you deserved your walking papers this year for having Southern look as horrible as they did. Now, right now, Coach McNair, Steve McNair's older brother, is going to be coaching the Southern Jaguars for the annual Bayou Classic between Southern and Grambling. So all I'm gonna say is this: for you people that support Grambling, and Georgia Tech too. It's all about the dogs.
You know what it's about.
And it's all
You know
about
what it's
SU.
about. You know it's going down Friday. You know what it's about. 3:30.
You know what it is.
Neutral field.
Gonna wanna.
Mercedes-Benz Stadium.
No, I was supposed to play for Southern. I got hurt and ended up going to the military. I was supposed to play for Southern. That was when they had Coach Odoms there at that time. That was when they had Coach Odoms there at the time. I was getting ready to walk on and play for him. So, and that was when body was acting up, and I was like, you know what? I got to go to the military at that point. My knee wasn't holding up, so ended up going and got my I had got my letter though. But yeah, we with it. Shout out to Strapped Up 24, Mr. Ed. He was in the Human Jukebox, by the way, the baddest band in the land, my man. But definitely appreciate you guys for tapping in. Happy Thanksgiving to everybody that is tuned in, that's cooking, that's listening to us. I'm getting ready to get in the kitchen. K-Dub about to get back in the kitchen too. So, you know, I got green sweet potato pies and a few other things to get. So
getting the ham ready.
Yep, I got to do the ham slices tomorrow on the grill when I put beef ribs out there too. So, man, for the magnificent Birdcage crew, Great Big, K-Dub, appreciate y'all for coming through tonight, fellas. Y'all have a happy holidays, and we definitely gonna do this on Sunday. Yeah. So I'll catch y'all then. And for the fans that are in here with us, thank y'all for tapping in tonight. We love you. And shout out to Miss Connie Carberg, the first female scout in the NFL that was a scout for the New York Jets back in the day. She drafted Joe Klecko, Mark Gastineau, and all those guys for the New York Stock Exchange. She had an opinion on that and had a great influence on that. We appreciate you for taking the time out earlier this year to do an interview with us. But tomorrow, Sunday, we got to get after them Jets behind. So you know what it is. No love lost here, but it's ATL till I die. and rise up over here, man. We'll catch y'all next week. We'll catch you Sunday, but Thursday night, we'll catch you next.